What is up, MMA fans? This is Tudo Leonte for Sherdog.com, and today I have the pleasure to talk with UFC bantamweight fighter, Mr. Adrian Yanez. Hello, Adrian. Welcome back. How are you today?
Man, I am living, loving life. Everything just feels so right. And yeah, man, I'm blessed, man. I'm blessed to be living the life I am, man.
You seem so at peace with yourself. That's great. But what's going on generally?
Generally, man, I took those 3 months off after that Davey fight, was able to kind of like really kind of focus on myself and do a lot of things. And then also too, uh gym gym drama died down. Uh everything kind of settled into place. I know what I'm doing. I got a lot of things kind of just dialed in for myself as of right now, and like everything's in a good place. And even being a new father to me too is like that's also like a big there's been a big thing, and also that's been making everything a lot easier just to go around and just to just to even just be like just to go about things, man. Because like just being with my son just makes it a lot easier because I see my son. Next thing you know, it makes my day a lot brighter. And I was like, yeah, nothing else really kind of matters. Nothing, I don't have to worry about anything else. So I think it is super cool. I wake up in the morning. I get to take my son to daycare. I get to just, just like I start my day off with him. So like that's the best part of my day, starting my day off with him.
That's great to hear. Indeed, you told me that you took some time off. You anticipated it to me. When we last spoke. What did you do in the meantime, except for spending some time with your family?
Yeah, man, I kind of really I had to kind of take a look at myself and just kind of go about things because like there was a point in time where I was like kind of like I was trying to take on so much on at once, and it was just like everything was just kind of happening quickly, happening so fast, and then like the people that were saying that they were gonna be there weren't there. Like I had a lot of people that like kind of like wishy washy that went when everything happened with my coach, and like, I had to readjust a lot of things and kind of just like also just work on myself and how I handled going about those things because, I wasn't handling everything very well, So to me on my end, I had to make sure that I was good because I was definitely I'm not gonna set a really bad example for my son, and how to deal with things. So I had to make sure I got that first, and then just being able to spend time with my family again, like that was a really big key component, like in me taking my time off, but also dealing with what I had to deal with too, made it so much easier for me just to even just go on about things, So now I'm in a really good place, man. I'm working with some, some really good coaches, and I'm still running the night sessions at the gym, so everything kind of just is falling into place and making everything so much easier for myself.
Since we are here talking about your upcoming fight at UFC on ESPN 37, um, of course, you're still training at Metro Fight Club. Have you, was your, I mean, have you tried some, to train someone else in the meantime?
Yeah, actually I've been training with like I didn't go far out. I did go train with Aljo in
Yeah.
March, the beginning of March, but coming back, I got some good coaches with me right now. Like I got people like Eve Edwards. Eve Edwards is like been working with him, and then also Michael Chase Corley, my striking coach, like my Muay Thai coach. So to me, that's super cool. And they both like worked with my coach before, like with Coach Saul. So like it's easy for me to like just to work with them, just because, man, they know they know like I was in that room with Saul, because Saul was like the no bullshit type of guy. So, and they're also the same way. And it makes it easier. It makes it easier for them. All right, if all they gotta do is just ask me and I do it. Like I pretty much just it's everything gets kind of meshes in well. So to me, it's pretty cool on that. So I'm super excited and super happy to have them a part of my camp.
And what about some of your sparring partners for this fight?
One of my sparring partners had a fight not too long ago, and Cameron. He was one of my main training partners. Also, Rafion Stotts, the 135 interim champ for Bellator. Helped me out during this camp and giving me some really good looks. And also another training partner, Eduardo Anaya. A 6 foot, a 6 foot 135er. Gives me looks all the time. So, I got some really good training partners and really some really really good training partners. Yeah, I was able to train with Matt Schnell a little bit as well too. The 125 UFC. I believe it's top 15 in the UFC at 125. So, I got some good training partners that I'm able to work with every once in a while. So it's just so cool, and yeah, it's amazing, man. Everything's falling into place.
Are you happy that you will be fighting in Austin, Texas?
Yeah. Oh man, I'm super excited just to be able to fight in Texas. I've been fighting. I've been gone so long fighting in Vegas that like I'm so happy just to be able to fight like in my home state. My whole I got a big family coming down to watch me fight, and I'm super excited for that, man. Like I just can't wait. I really can't wait.
When was the last time that you competed in Texas?
Woo, man. I believe it was 2019. 2019, whenever I headlined LFA 78 with Kyle Estrada, and that was the first LFA on UFC Fight Pass. So I do get that historic, like, hey, Adrian main evented the first LFA event on UFC Fight Pass. So I do get that. But also I was gonna have another fight in Fury Fighting Championship, and I was gonna fight Ricky Tercios in 2020, but COVID shut that down. COVID ended up messing that up, and that it kind of sucked because we've been booked so many times to fight, but it is cool that we're both in the UFC, so maybe we can make that happen in the UFC.
Well, hopefully it will go down somewhere down the road. Right now, your attention is focused on Kelley, and he called out after his last fight. You accepted the challenge. Do you feel like you had to take on Kelley after his words in the post-fight interview that time?
So after he fought Randy, he did call me out, and hey, look, you call me, you call my name, you shall receive. And man, it's not like I had to, because I was actually looking to I really wanted to try to get the Nate Maness fight, because he's called me out a couple times. I think that, and I was like, yeah, I want to get that fight, and we were close. He wasn't booked a couple when May started, we both weren't booked, and we're trying to get that booked, but I think he ended up getting another fight, and Tony Kelley was the other option. I was like, well, you know what? That's a good. I like that fight too, because he called me out. So yeah, let's get that fight going. Let's put that pen on paper, and let's get in that cage, because you called me out, and I want to go out there and knock you out. So to me, yeah, it didn't give me extra motivation, because I always want to knock whoever I step in front of the cage. Like, I want to knock them out anyways. So it didn't make me never mind. I was just like, yeah, no, I'll sign to find them, especially the fact that they're like, yeah, in Austin. I was like, yeah, 100%. Yeah, let's do this.
But still, there is no hard feelings, no bad blood between the two of you, right? Even though, that call out.
Oh, it's gonna be whatever he makes of it, because me, me on my end, I'm just like, yeah, whatever. Yeah, yeah, whatever. You called me out, you think you can beat me, you can try, but I'm gonna knock you out. No really bad blood. Honestly, I think the only thing is just he thinks he can beat me, and it's just that competitive, nah, you think you can beat me, I'm gonna whip your ass. that deal.
Well, so far the results are on your side. Another thing I would like to ask you, is there any words from Sean O'Malley? Was there any talks, behind the scenes?
Yeah, man, we were both asking for each other, because he wanted to fight me, and my management team was telling me, he's like, hey, Sean O'Malley keeps asking for it. Like, bro, yes. I was like, yes, let's do this. I kept telling them yes, but I think it was the UFC didn't want to do that. at this moment. I think they had something else planned for him. And I don't again, I don't mind it because he's fighting someone like Pedro Munoz. Like if he fought somebody else like that's way behind me, I'd be like, nah, I feel away. But he's fighting Pedro Munoz. So like I understand. Like, bro, you're fighting someone who's ranked, who's up there, he has a name that does way more. And also, even if he loses that fight, it doesn't really do much for him as a drop, so it just everything kind of works in his favor. If he fights someone like me, there's so much more risk, especially if I knock him out, because he goes from up here to drop. He drops. Like, so I ended up taking a spot in the rankings. I get the rub, and it works out for me way more than it works out for him. So yeah, it works better for him to fight someone like Pedro Munoz. But yeah, no, we were trying to get that fight done, but again, the UFC had different plans for him.
Well, once again, hopefully it will go down.
Oh yeah.
Sooner or later. You mentioned Aljamain Sterling. Of course, you two trained together. We already discussed about that. But I'm guessing here that you weren't surprised that he actually defeated Petr Yan and unified the belt on that occasion.
Oh yeah, no, I wasn't surprised. I knew he could do it. I knew he had the skills. Whenever I trained with him the first time, I think in October. It's September. It was September. Whenever I trained with him, like I knew that he had the skills to beat him then. When the first time I trained with him, because man, he's good. Like Aljamain is really good, and I remember telling him, I was like, no, like it's what he does is really helps out. Like really is like what he does is really good for what Petr Yan does and everything. So to me, I always knew he was going to beat him. It's just, I know me looking at that fight, I was kind of like a little bit just like, oh, it's a fight. You see someone like that you genuinely like, going there and fight, you do get a little bit nervous. But after the first 3 rounds, it's like, nah, he got it. He's good. So it was just the danger of like Petr Yan, because Petr Yan's always dangerous, so yeah, no, I knew he was going to win from the very beginning.
The card on which you're competing is headlined by the clash between Calvin Kattar and Josh Emmett. May I ask your pick for this one?
And that's a really good one. And I had to say Calvin Kattar. I do like his boxing. I do think it's really, really good. But he's also facing a guy who has like tremendous power in his hands and is really good as well. Calvin Kattar, I am picking Calvin Kattar on this one just because he has really good boxing, he has really good striking, and he controls distance very, very well, and he gets the length over Josh Emmett. So yeah, 100% after this fight, I definitely want to be holding my son and being with my family watching that fight go down. So I want to have some fun right after my fight.
You generally like to finish your opponents. I would like to hear from you a prediction for this fight.
Man, second round knockout. Like, it's gonna be a fun first round, but once I figure him out, it's lights out, man. I'm putting him out. Like, I 100% believe I can put him out. Like, let's just say if he could take the shots, it's gonna be a fight of the night anyways. So it's gonna be fun. But I do believe I knock him out in the second.
Best of luck with that. Have you already picked your walkout song?
No, not yet. I have a couple. I'm looking. There's a couple songs I really want to walk out to, but then there's I just second guess it. So I'll figure out something soon.
That's fair enough, Adrian. Thank you very much for giving us a little bit of your time today. Do you have any last messages?
Man, thank you for having me on. Thank you for the interview. Thank you for the platform. It's amazing. Thank you so much. Big shout out to my management team. They've helped me out. They've helped me get going through this whole UFC stint and career and all that stuff. So I'm really blessed to have them. A big shout out to my dad and also my coach, Saul Solis. My dad, Adrian Yanez, and my coach, Saul Solis. If it wasn't for them, I wouldn't be in the position I am today. And then also, lastly, I partnered up with Duke's Up Official, the heavy hitter scent. You can go on their website. They're doing a giveaway. They're doing a giveaway for 2 tickets for UFC Austin. You just got to go on their Instagram page to figure out how that giveaway is gonna work out.
You hear it from the man itself. It's always a great pleasure for me, talking with you, Adrian. Best of luck, and hopefully I'll hear again from you in the future.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
Have a nice one, my man. Bye bye.
You too. You too.